What's going on, everybody? My name is Austin and welcome back to the channel. First off, I'd like to say that I'm sorry for not uploading for a while. I had other things to do. But instead of talking about my anime addiction, let's get into this. So today I want to talk about Karl Jacobs. Karl Jacobs is part of Mr. Beast's friend group and is also pretty big on Twitch. But recently he got into a bit of drama with Ice Poseidon. Ice Poseidon is a former IRL Twitch streamer who's infamous for being a dick. On Twitch he had called him bomb threats and did all stupid stuff like that in IRL streams. After being banned from Twitch and leaving Mixer, he actually came to YouTube and has changed up his content for the better. But what does this have to do with Karl Jacobs? Well, a little while ago, Karl actually got canceled on Twitter because he associated with Ice Poseidon. Now let's just say Ice Poseidon and his fans on Twitch had done some pretty naughty things. Things that labeled him and his fans as racist and homophobic. Well, it turns out Karl wasn't actually an avid fan of Ice Poseidon. So people on Twitter decided to cancel him for it, which had led to Karl apologizing on Twitch and making an entire twit longer about the situation, because I guess some 14-year-old white girl minority censor was going off. So let's read this. Addressing concerns. After my stream the other day, I felt like I wasn't able to express how I felt correctly and that it wasn't the best format for me to respond in. So I wanted to make a formal apology here where I can more explicitly express myself in an organized format. That way I can make sure that I say things the right way. Since then, I have taken the time to educate myself and do my best to hear people's concerns. Recently, some people have come forward with discomfort about me being in a stream with an old Twitch streamer, Ice Poseidon, from a few years ago. This is a completely justified concern because Ice Poseidon made very controversial, offensive, and all types of content that I absolutely don't support. Ice Poseidon for a long time was one of the largest people on Twitch, and back then I was genuinely someone that I looked to Twitch as my clear passion in life, so I followed and watched everyone that was at the top of Twitch. I know that a lot of them definitely weren't good people and aren't now, and I should have been more conscious of that in the past. I understand that is absolutely from a place of privilege, which is something that I actually learned from. Just to explain how I ended up on his stream, he was doing an IRL stream in my city when I lived there, and when I had the ability to show up on one of the biggest streamers' streams at that point, I decided to show up where he was streaming uninvited. I do sincerely apologize, as I have for a while now understood that this could be viewed as an endorsement. I don't endorse any of his actions, and I stopped watching his content a long time ago. I'm extremely sorry to anyone that heard that we had met and was impacted in a negative way. I never want anyone to feel uncomfortable in this community or to have doubts on who I am as a person. I also want to talk about a clip of me on Mizkif's stream explaining why I had been seen in Mizkif's chat log saying CX, a reference to Ice Poseidon much more recently than any time I had ever watched Ice Poseidon's content. In this clip, I explained that I was probably typing it in a way to reference when a video game character on the screen had a large nose. When Ice Poseidon used to be one of the biggest streamers, other streamers jokingly picked on him for having a larger nose. I didn't realize this could come across in any way as racially charged or charged with any form of anti-Semitism, as I just use it as a joke about Ice Poseidon. I have been educated recently on why this could be hurtful to Jewish people, and that was never at all my intention, so I am very sorry. I mostly want to get across that I am genuinely sorry to anyone I have affected. I know that it was important to lead anyone that follows me as a mascot of positivity and comfort, and part of that is acknowledging when I make mistakes and apologizing for them. I promise to show change beyond just exclaiming that I won't let these things happen again, because I want everyone to feel comfortable being part of this community, as you all do genuinely mean a lot to me. Love you guys. Thank you for hearing me out. I am genuinely sorry, Karl. Now, in my bag of completely shit opinions, I think there was no need for an apology whatsoever. Ice Poseidon has a big ass nose. Who cares? If you want to make jokes about how Ice Poseidon's nose looks like the flounder from SpongeBob, you can go right ahead and do it. As long as you're not outright trying to attack the guy and make him feel bad about himself, then you're perfectly fine. But if you're genuinely trying to be mean and being an anti-Semite, then you can go fuck yourself. Karl did not have the intention of being an anti-Semite, so he is not an anti-Semite. Karl was making a joke. The fact that I just had to explain all that makes me feel 10 times dumber than I already am. Karl, you really didn't need to make this apology. You could have just said in a couple words, yeah, I was on his stream when he was doing some bad stuff, but he changed his content, so he's pretty good now. Of course, some idiots on Twitter wouldn't have forgiven you and you would have lost some subs and lost some fucking followers, but you know, at the end of the day, who really cares? Honestly, at the end of the day, who really cares about that stuff? This is why I think YouTubers sometimes just don't need to listen to their fans. And now listen, guys, I'll listen to you if you really need something or not. But at the end of the day, if you want to try and cancel me over some stupid thing that I might have done 3 years ago, I'm not going to listen. because I'm sure over those 3 years, me and the other person might have grown as people. Now, Ice Poseidon did make a thread about this, and I will be reading it now. So Karl is causing a witch hunt against me in front of millions of people because he hung out with me on a YouTube stream when he was a fan, yet I'm still banned on Twitch, lol. I can't believe he doubled down on this. Karl, here's some advice because you're young. At Karl Jacobs, you are letting your fans who do not have your best interest shame you into apologizing for something you shouldn't have to apologize for. Whilst indirectly causing a witch hunt, I remember you said you looked up to me, so can you at least do me a favor and be a man? I went through the same shit, heed my advice or your toxic fans will continue to push the boundaries until it's too late. It happened to me. If there's anyone you owe an apology, it's me for the emotional harm you and your viewers are causing me, for no reason. With all that said, I am not a bad person. In fact, I have done a lot of good in this industry, probably inspired your favorite streamer, who knows? I push boundaries, but I've learned from it. So if you're a fan of me, please help me show these stands the good I've done with examples. By the way, I streamed on YouTube, Karl, not Twitch when you snipe me. Also, try hard was always a negative connotation on Twitch way before me. Take some accountability, sorry man. Okay, no more needs to be said, lol. This shit is childish as fuck. And this is exactly why every single day I praise the fact that we have a guy like Fitz in our community. Fitz is truly uncancelable because he doesn't care. This apology by Fitz truly sums it all up. Hi guys, I want to come out and say that I've made a lot of racial, sexual, and insensitive jokes in my past. It's something I'm proud of. I still think a majority of them are funny, and I genuinely couldn't give less of a fuck if anyone finds them offensive. We need more apologies like this standing up to cancel culture instead of just trying to give in to all those who are just really not worth it. I think Karl needs to think back and say it really wasn't worth it doing all this, because at the end of the day, who honestly cares about what Karl did a couple years ago? Or who cares about what Ice Poseidon did a couple years ago? I would like to say to all the people who are trying to cancel others to actually find some fucking balls in life and not care. And with that being said, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. I'm sorry I didn't upload for nearly 2 weeks. I was just doing stuff and I was busy, so hopefully I'll get back on the grind. So I would like to thank you all so much for watching. If you liked it, make sure you guys go like, subscribe, follow me on my social media like my Twitter in the description below. And of course, as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.